Well, it's election time in Victoria. It's about 6 months away now. They're saying 23 weeks, the politicians, so they're counting the days, a bit like a footballer counts the days leading up to the final series. And today we've had Danny O-Brien, the Shadow Sports Minister for the State Liberal Party, and also Geoff Gledhill, who is the candidate for the seat of Mordialloc for the Liberal Party, have come down here. A very important announcement for the Edithvale Aspendale Football Club. Danny, I'll get you to tell us all about that.
Yeah, well, very proud to announce tonight that if elected, the Liberal National Coalition government will commit $3 million to the facility here as part of what Council's doing, and Geoff Gledhill's been working on that for some time. But $3 million will go towards a full rebuild of the club rooms here, so new change rooms, new function facilities for women, of course, and girls. So that's a fantastic announcement, and great credit to Geoff for the work he's done.
Geoff, how long's this been on the pipeline?
The planning for this has been over the last around 5 years, and it's fantastic that somebody at state level has now committed that extra funding. Council can only do so much by itself, but to be part of a party that's committed to this really important development. It does a wonderful job, this club. It's a huge club. You can see tonight a lot of people down here. It's like that day in, day out, and to be able to support the community and support the club in the work they do, fabulous.
Were you confident? Did it get off the ground?
I was determined, let me put it that way.
But were you confident?
I was confident because from day one I've seen the commitment that people like Danny and Matthew Guy have had for community sport, and there's been plenty of discussion in the media about the priorities of the various parties on that, but I think we're on the right side of that, and the feedback I've had from my local community, and I'm a member of this community, has been very, very positive.
Danny, you're from the country, you're from Sale. How important is football and sport in the Sale community? And you probably understand how it resonates down here, even though it's sort of an outer suburb, it's still part of a country football competition.
Yeah, look, country footy, netball, cricket, they're all just so critical, not just for the health benefits, but I think for the social benefits, and you can see it tonight here at the club, how many people are here for a comedian and a feed and a couple of beers. But the importance of having those young men and women active, involved in their community, doing things, I think can't be understated, and that's why we're so focused on grassroots sport and footy and netball, and looking, there's different issues, country and city. You know, we're often struggling to get players, but need upgrades of our facilities.
Yes.
Many of the suburban clubs that I've been following around need upgrades as well, but they're also struggling with the actual grounds. You know, there's no more land being made, and plenty of housing and a lot of other things. So there's plenty of demand for state government to get involved, and that's why it's great to be here to make that announcement tonight. But hopefully we can help make sure that this club's there for a long time, and that many other clubs are also supporting our communities for a long time into the future.
Now, Geoff, I'm sure, being the candidate down here, that you've had a lot of people say, well, we need upgrades not only at Edithvale, Aspendale, but a number of clubs. How do you prioritise all the requests that you get?
Well, I think you've got to look at what the clubs are doing, the number of people involved in the clubs, and it's a common sense decision. And I think if the club here at Edithvale has got a fantastic atmosphere, but where there isn't proper changing facilities for women, that's just not acceptable anymore. That's just a situation that you can't allow to continue. So I think it's things like that, and it's the important things that form your priorities, and you have an open and honest conversation with people. And I haven't had anyone complain to me about the priority with which their club's been treated, because we've done it in an open and an honest way.
How long will the project take, and is there enough money now for the project to go ahead should the Liberal Party get up at the election later in the year?
Well, there's a total of $5.2 million for a project here, and that's certainly enough money to replace the facility here and expand it in a manner that's going to meet the needs of the community. Projects like this normally about 2 years from planning stage to being able to occupy it. That's something that councils manage, and they manage the temporary facilities and things like that. It's been done regularly around the area over the last few years, so it's something they're used to doing. The difference in this case is that we've had support, or hopefully after November, support from the state government, and that has been lacking over the last few years.
If the Liberal Party get up, Danny, Would you love the sports portfolio? Wouldn't be a bad portfolio, would it?
It's pretty good. I've actually got sport, veterans, liquor and gambling, so I've sort of just about got all the sin portfolios actually, which is nice. But look, it's a great portfolio, and Pete just said to me there, you must love coming to make these sort of announcements. I'd love to be making them in government, that's for sure, actually bringing the cheque. But these things don't just happen. A lot of hard work by people like Geoff Gledhill to get us to commit to this tonight. But yeah, it'd be lovely. And yes, as an MP, whether you're the sports minister or not, you get invites to the cricket and the footy and that sort of stuff. Not as many as you might think, I might add. But what I love is getting to the grassroots sport. That's where it's really happening, and you really see the community at work, and that's what I love about the portfolio and sport right across the state.
Question without notice: would you have UFC at the MCG?
Would I what, sorry?
Would you have UFC at the MCG?
Not a big fan of it personally. I know there's a lot of support for it, but...
Is there a lot of support for it?
Well...
I'm not sure there is.
Well, I certainly wouldn't do it at the G. I know it's been big once at Docklands, but not my cup of tea really. And I think there's probably an ongoing debate about whether we want that sort of activity in our community.
I agree. Thank you, gentlemen. Good luck in the lead up to the election, and this is a great announcement for the Edithvale Aspendale Football Club, the opportunity for $3 million coming the way of the Liberal Party should they win government later in the year.